threw this party for you. Only threw this party for you, for you, for you. I was hoping you would come through. I was hoping you would come through, come through, come through. Only threw this party for you. Party for you, party for you, party on, party on you, party on you, party on, party on you, party on you, party, party on you, party on. I think she says both. I don't know though. Hey y'all.
Hi.
What's up? Welcome to the Shade of It All. I'm Brandon.
I'm Maggie.
And we're here today to discuss
Charlie XCS. No, I'm just kidding.
SCS.
Don't do that to me, asshole. You're mean. I have Invisalign. I said XCX, but it could have sounded like a lot of things.
In my defense, I actually until after I said it, I didn't take into account the Invisalign. I thought you were just saying the wrong name. You didn't take into account my
disability.
I thought because you often say the wrong name pre and post Invisalign.
You know, this is true.
So I was just
there's no space for bullying on the Shade of It All. Just kidding. That's what we do.
We're bullies.
Ooh, burn.
I cannot. We gotta go now. This is an extra short episode.
I felt so bad. I was making a recording at work for something today, and I'm like, I hope whoever listens to this can understand me. But
You're like, this is a struggle. You sound better.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
Maggie made sure to let me know she sounded better before recording.
I was like, do I sound better? He said yes. I'm like, thanks.
Thank you so much. I'm glad we're on the same page.
Thanks.
How you doing?
Good. Our TikToks made me cringe. Other than that, it was great.
Oh.
Listening to my voice.
You know, they weren't that bad. They were fine.
I was like, she's annoying.
Why is she here?
It's really the S's and X and C. Anyway,
and
how are you?
You'd be surprised how much you say those things. I'm good. Today was my Friday. So another summer Friday tomorrow. So
that's really nice. That's a nice perk.
It is. I'll be getting a haircut tomorrow because I'm over all of this.
What are we doing this time?
I just want to go shorter. You know, I was in a mode where I wanted it longer, and then it quickly became annoying. So it's just like I'll wake up and it'll be all over the place, and I'm just like, I don't want to deal with this.
Really, I like the length. How short are we going?
Not like I definitely a lot shorter on the sides.
Okay.
The top I might just trim, maybe. We'll see what works.
I love it, Brandon. Brandon is always keeping himself together.
I'm trying.
I feel like we do a quarterly haircut. Am I wrong?
Probably. I try to do monthly, but I don't always do
maybe
monthly.
Bi-monthly then, because it happens pretty often.
It's just hard because it's just like, it's a lot of work.
I know.
And I have to remember to text a person like, hey, like,
can I come in?
Can I come in, please? And then they're like, yeah. And then they change the time 3 times, especially when I'm on my way there. And I'm like, we decided on a time. Like,
ooh,
I can't be doing that.
That's a fireable offense in the sense that I am going to someone else and you won't see me again.
True, but she does it for a good price.
For the low.
And also, if I ever want to get like highlights or something, she does that for a low price too. So
I get it.
We keep it.
But
you know, other than that though, you know, I'm just excited to talk about everything we have to talk about today.
I know. We're starting with the reunion, right?
Yes, let's start with the reunion because we did want to touch on the Love Island cast. We thought about doing something more, but I just can't find much because I tried to find more descriptions and I couldn't find any, and then there was just the video. Right.
So if you guys didn't listen to us last year when we covered Love Island, we're covering it again, and this is like our baby. This is our Super Bowl. Love Island is our Super Bowl. An episode drops basically every night of the week, and we are booked and busy watching it, doing an in-depth recap of every single episode and going ham. Yeah. But last year they did like on the website, they did like a cast introduction and they asked them like a couple questions and then we got to see who everybody is. This time all we have is a video. So we'll like watch it together later.
It's like fun. Yeah. It's an interesting cast.
Yeah.
But if you're listening, you probably have seen it already. Yeah. But we'll get to it.
But first, the reunion. So,
yes, reunion part 1, Summer House.
On a scale of 1 to 10, what are we thinking? I didn't love it.
I was going to say 7.
Yeah. 7 is a good number.
Because I didn't think it was bad. What I felt was they like spent long on things that didn't matter.
Yeah.
Or that didn't really happen. Or it was just like, okay, a lot of people were talking about how like they spent a long time on Ciara and West. But I did like kind of getting closure on it and learning about Ciara more and all that. So I liked all that. Where I think the moments within it that they took too long is like when they mentioned how West walked away from the table for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And it felt like for 20 minutes, they showed us the 20 minutes. I'm like, okay, we didn't need to keep this whole clip of like, and then also like, when they're on breaks and they're showing a lot of the breaks and they keep Andy in saying, oh, Lisa Vanderpump's calling. It's like, we didn't need that. Like, so they just focused on a lot of like weird things.
Right.
That
Are
it
we
was just
filibustering here? Like,
yeah.
Because I was like, if there's only 2 parts, I'm very disappointed in this first part.
Right. I'm like, the second part better be like an extended, because sometimes they'll do that with 2 parts where one will be like an hour 15. They better do that for the second part because I feel like we have a lot on the docket.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't really gotten into the Jesse and Lexi of it all, and I feel like that's really what we'll talk. I mean, and maybe I want to hear from Amanda. I don't really care to hear from Lindsay, to be honest with you.
You know, I want to know a little, but there's not much to know. And then we got to hear from Carl.
Never saw the man. Why do we get to talk about him? We're giving him free airtime. Who's Turner? I didn't know his name was Turner.
Want, allegedly.
Right. I bet they're breaking an NDA. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, maybe. But, and then Carl, but again, I don't know. I'm like, are they going to let Gabby talk? Why is Imrul coming late if he's getting his
I
own
love Gabby,
segment?
but what would she talk about?
I know. And honestly, I liked her look, but I didn't like it when I saw like
her sitting
it
down
up close.
Oh,
you know, sometimes you see the material of something and it loses you. I guess you don't.
No.
Sometimes I do. And hers,
unless it's on my body, like you know the pants that you like, or a shirt that you wear where you iron it and then as soon as you put it on it gets wrinkled. I hate stuff like that. But I don't ever like see a person and I'm like,
yeah. Well, it just looked a little like maybe cushiony, which it went with the theme, but I just didn't love the
thing. Actually, yes, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and I didn't like the metal in between it.
Yeah, and one was bigger than the other, and I didn't really I don't know, it threw me off a little bit. I was like, I get that it's a design or something, but it looked like squished on her.
It just wasn't like my favorite, but I mean, she looked good and I loved her hair and makeup. So overall, and also I didn't like Lexi's because I felt like there was like a top satin strap on the top that I didn't understand. I was like, why is that there?
Did they put their reunion looks on? Maybe we could do reunion looks later because I know you love to do that.
Oh yeah.
And then I didn't like West. I don't know. I get we're doing pastel and gray is included, but like, why would you wear gray?
Oh yeah. Was it gray or green?
Was it green?
I think, but like a dark. It was like a gray green.
Okay.
But it was like it still did. It was like nothing. No.
Yeah. And even Andy didn't look that great. I was like, Andy, what are you wearing? Andy,
Andy,
what's happening?
Andy, what are we doing?
Because I was like, Andy usually like will follow it too, but it just looked like he was wearing a normal suit.
Yeah, no, his was like fine.
I have to find it somewhere.
I thought Ciara was the best dress, I will say.
Hers was really cute. It matched the theme like perfectly. I was like, did you know?
Dress, hair, makeup on point. It was the perfect sitting down dress. It just was good. But, you know, but yeah, the reunion, it just, I felt like it wasn't bad, but it just focused on things that I'm like, why are we focusing on this? Like, or why are we showing this?
Yeah, that's what I felt too. And maybe they didn't anticipate answers to questions being longer than maybe we thought.
Oh, West talking for like 8 years with saying nothing.
Let's get into it.
Okay, so they all enter and they see like, oh, it's the bed, which is very cool set.
I personally, my favorite from any Bravo show I've watched.
Really?
I feel like it's the most creative and it was super cute looking. It was the most
creative. I liked it.
Like, it's not a dungeon or a beach. Like, it's, you know what I mean? It was very unique.
It's like a bed, a giant bed.
How they had the sloth toy and stuff. I was like, this might be my favorite ever. Granted, I only watch Atlanta and Potomac, but.
True. It looked comfortable.
Yeah.
So I like that. And then, so they start with Paige, because they kind of get into her breakup a little bit, and apparently they're going to get into it more in part 2, which I'm looking forward to that.
Time for this.
Well, that's the thing. I'm like, okay, well then let's like move it along. People, like, let's get through some things.
Not that I don't want to hear you, but like, okay.
There's so much.
They did get into Paige. I liked hearing Paige.
She was good, and basically she was just asking, or he was like, you know, when I spoke to Craig, he said how he was blindsided and didn't see this coming, and she's like, we've been talking about this shit for like a year.
He's like, did you tell Craig all the things you told us? She's like, yes, and some. Like, come on, man.
A whole year. And like, he just wasn't listening, and she's like, it's not like I just like woke up one day and was just like, let's be single.
Yeah. Even her saying that they had a breakup already.
Yeah, in February, they broke up for a weekend in February.
So you were blindsided? Come on, man. You broke up once already. He's annoying. Oh my gosh, he's
even the way he said, because they asked about the ring, like, do you think he really bought you a ring? And she was like, no, Andy. And then even when it cuts him on Watch What Happens Live, and he's like, I actually returned the ring today.
How convenient is what she said, and I thought the same thing.
Right.
What are the odds?
She's like, oh, you returned it with your girlfriend?
He's like, I'm going on Watch What Happens Live today. Let me return this ring.
Like,
he didn't buy no fucking ring. And the way he said it, on his face, he looked like he was lying.
Right. It looked like he was just trying to, like, I don't know. He was trying to be nonchalant about it, but also wanted sympathy.
Yeah.
But ain't gonna get it from us. So, because you're a liar.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then she kind of just says, what else? She was just like, you know, I didn't want it to be a whole his or her team. But then, like, he didn't really, like, let that happen.
Yeah.
So, basically, it is what it is at this point.
I honestly wish that Andy had asked her about the whole, like, the rumor thing and how he didn't want to say anything in defense.
Yeah.
Like, this would have been a great opportunity, I think, for her to, like, say, you know, what she experienced in terms of, like, the people's reaction.
Yeah.
Because that's really crazy. Like, yes, they said it on the show, but I feel like when they say it on the reunion, it kind of holds him more accountable. Like, you douchebag, why would you do that?
Yeah.
You know?
I wonder if that will come up on part 2 and if he's going to ask about, like, the cheating rumor, like, the allegation of, like, the guy that she was seen on a date with.
Yeah.
And all that.
Yeah.
We shall see.
Yeah.
I mean, chop to it. Like, hello.
Please, we got stuff to
talk about.
Unless y'all are gonna do 3 parts, which I don't know.
I don't believe they are.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes this is what happens though when there are 3 parts. Is the first one's like a little fluffy, and then, you know, and the second one we're like really into it, and they're like, okay, come back again.
Yeah.
But I did like hearing her perspective too on the whole him going out and acting single thing. Like,
yeah,
that was crazy.
She's like, we need to say we broke up because you're being like pictured on vacation alone, like with girls around you. Like, we need to say it.
Can you imagine dating someone in the limelight and getting DMs on the regular? Like, I saw your boyfriend here and I saw your boyfriend there. Oh my gosh, like everybody is basically an FBI detective.
Right.
Like, are y'all good? Oh, I saw him here. Actually, he took a selfie with me and he took a shot off of my chest. Like, can you imagine? That would
that would be terrible.
Exhausting.
I'd be so like, okay, cool.
Please.
No, I could never. But yeah, so I think that was it with Paige.
Yeah.
And then we'll learn more in part 2, hopefully. And then they jump to Ciara and West.
Yes.
And this whole thing.
Oh, gosh.
Which lasted a lot longer than expected.
It did.
But, you know, it starts with talking about the swerve heard around the world of Ciara, which I thought was hysterical. And basically, he's just like... He gets into how he feels bad about how everything transpired, and he didn't know the article was going to cause all this like drama and make her feel a type of way, and that he should have just been honest with her and said that they were at different points in their life, and it wouldn't have like had like everything bad happen. Like, he wouldn't have had a bad reunion. He wouldn't have gotten backlash and like all this, and then he apologizes for hurting her. But then he also says how.
Yeah, he just kept going.
How he thought about it.
And he's like,
Paige.
They didn't even really. I didn't even really hear that last thing that he said. But, so to me, it feels like West sat down with a publicist and asked them, "What should I have said last year?"
It was.
And then include some of the things I did wrong this year.
Yeah.
And then let me practice it with you a couple times so I can say it on the reunion. Because it just seemed like he was like, okay, I missed all of these points before, so let me go to them. Because when they ask him real questions, and like in that moment when they ask him questions, he's not answering them really.
No.
This is like he wanted a chance to like just get it all out. So it just seems like very rehearsed and very calculated. Like you want to make sure you say the right thing all the time, but it's like it just comes off as disingenuous. So is your apology legit? Like,
it felt like he was running for office because he had like the suit and the glasses and everything, and he was just like, and then I also think this, and then I also think that, and sometimes he speaks as if he's just learning like the English language. Like he's like, and then and then articulate, and I was just like, okay, Wes.
Or as if he's just learning feelings, like the way that he's like, I didn't know that the article would come across that way. What did you think was gonna happen? Like, come on, man. And so I appreciated when Ciara challenged him on that.
Yeah, she was basically just like, because I think Jesse jumps in and is like, West has a lot to say. He just gets flustered in the moment.
Not true.
Right, because then Ciara's like, oh, how can you get flustered but you have a lot to say in the press but not in person? And he's like, I should have just said that we ran its course and all this. And she's like, that's fine, but if you can say it to the press, you could say it to me. Because they talk about the dinner where she called him out and he wouldn't say anything. And then again, how Jesse reveals he left for 20 minutes and then still didn't say anything.
Yeah. Which is kind of crazy too. I wonder if he called somebody or if, I don't know, like.
Yeah. I'm like, what was happening there?
Yeah, because Kyle was like not saying anything almost makes it worse.
Yeah.
Because it's like you're not acknowledging what's happening with the other person.
Yeah, it's he just doesn't. Because even when Ciara was like, just say it to me and not the press, he looked stunned.
Yeah.
Like, huh?
What do you mean?
It's like, I don't think she can be more clear.
Yeah.
But sometimes you gotta explain something to people 3 times and eventually, or 8 times, eventually he says he understands.
Yeah.
And apologizes. But then we get to Ciara, because there's a question where it's like, you mentioned he was there for you when you were going through time with your family. And then she gets into how her mom had just got remarried and it was a lot. And her mom apparently has gotten married a few times and she doesn't have the capacity to get to know someone like that. And she doesn't have a relationship with her dad. And then so the holidays are just hard. So she went to Costa Rica for 2 weeks and like shut her phone off.
And that's where Wes is like, yeah, I was trying to get in touch with you because like but it just seemed like you shut me out. And she's like, well, I was having this significant emotional event.
Yeah.
Where to the point where she was saying she just wanted to like forget her birthday and like forget the holidays altogether. And it was just like such a big disconnect between them.
Yeah.
Not that I don't necessarily know if he should have known, but it feels like he should have.
Yeah, not you should have known, but like if someone you like is doing that, I kind of felt her when she was just like, I wanted you to like try to be there for me, and you didn't really put forth any effort, which shows me he was probably 1 foot out the door and like not interested in it anymore.
Yeah.
And then maybe that was just a time where he was like, okay, well this like validates it or something.
But like she said that they spoke at length about her family.
Yeah.
So maybe he should have known actually.
Yeah.
So that was really like hard to hear. And then this also explains why Ciara is very guarded. She talks about like, seeing my mom go through so many relationships made me want to be very protective about the relationships I get into, and me wanting to like be very like sure about a person. Like I wanted my parents to stay together, and she got emotional. I was like, dang.
I was like, oh, Ciara.
The more we learn.
Right, because she gets emotional and all this, and then he's like, yeah, so because her whole thing too is like, Andy's like, oh, do you think this impacts your relationship with men and all this? And she's like, yeah, like I have a high standard because I'm hard on my mom because she doesn't accept like love that she like should have and all that, and she'll just settle, and she doesn't want to be like that, so she's careful and all this. And then Wes goes, after Ciara's done like crying and opening her heart, so that's the thing, like I just feel like you talk about like the type of guy you like, and I just wasn't there.
What?
We know.
The problem is you knew this ahead of time, so that doesn't even matter now. That doesn't matter. Yeah, you weren't the type of guy for her, but she explicitly told you the type of guy she wanted, and you said you would be that guy, and now you're retracting it. But whatever, during this moment, sure, say whatever you want. I don't buy it.
No.
Not that I don't buy it, but it's like, it doesn't matter, and it's like, you could, and the way that he doesn't acknowledge really anything that she said, like,
No.
that could have been, and he apologizes again, but like, it just seems watery. Like, she just spilled her heart out. You could have said like, I'm sorry for not being, I had no idea that was what you were going through. I'm sorry for not being there for you.
Right.
And like, now I think I understand even more why our breakup let you down.
Yeah.
Like, somebody give him an earpiece and just tell him what to say, because every time he speaks,
They didn't go over enough in the press beforehand, or with his publicist beforehand.
watching back, his publicist is like shaking in her boots, like, oh, I didn't anticipate.
I didn't anticipate Ciara's question
Oh,
there,
no.
or her comment there.
Too much.
But then ultimately apologizes again, and they're like, do you accept it? And she's like, yeah, it's fine. We'll see what happens. Time will
Yeah.
tell if we'll be friends again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't
And then
be
there was
his friend.
something like, do you like his hair now? And she's like, it's better. It was better.
It was better, but this was another moment where I was like, okay, we got things to talk about.
Right. Like, we gotta get going, y'all.
Yeah. What I didn't like though, and it doesn't seem like they're gonna address it in part 2, because I felt like this Ciara opening up about her feelings would have been a perfect segue to ask West the same thing, because at the dinner he tried to have this whole moment where he was like, Ciara was really there for me, and I wish Andy would have asked him, like, what was your intent with that, because
Yeah.
it felt manipulative to me, at least.
Yeah.
I wish they would have asked him about it.
Yeah, they didn't mention that moment.
I was like, that would fit here, not the haircut.
That would, but they got to keep it light,
Like, ask him, because it's like, she's talking about where she was vulnerable. This would have been a perfect segue for him to be like, yeah, I used to confide in her a lot about different things.
Yeah. You would think.
You would think. I don't know what's going on with this.
No, I don't either.
They tend to never talk about the things I really want to hear.
We need to ask the questions and host these
We
reunions.
do.
Because we got a lot to say.
Because he said Maggie from Pennsylvania. Let's get Maggie from Florida.
Maggie from Florida
I
has
have
a
a
couple
question,
questions.
Andy Cohen. I was like, I would have liked to hear about that.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I think next was Imrul.
Yeah, why was he late? They
I don't
didn't
know.
explain that. I know sometimes they bring people on after the fact, but
Yeah, I'm confused because they treated him like a friend of when he was main cast. Like, he was in like the main cast and like part of the cast photos and like, but then they were just like, okay, come late and then leave early.
yeah, it was
But then
weird.
Gabby was there the whole time. Which, no shade, but
I mean, it's not her first season, right? Yeah.
it's not our first season.
I don't know. They're being weird with this.
They are. And essentially, it's almost as if they know they're being weird, because his line of questioning is about how, do you feel like you were misrepresented as the orgy beast? And he's like, I mean, a little bit, because like I'm more of a novice and like all this. And like I only went once, and it was just timing because it happened to be the weekend before.
Yeah. Oh, to the group thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he's like, altogether, I only brought like 4 people over.
I mean, it was 6 weeks. But you're right.
I was like, yeah, 4 is a small number.
Right. It's not. But he does essentially say, he's like, look, I can say it's kind of on me as far as like, I think I kind of fell into what I felt comfortable doing.
Yeah.
And so
Because they kind of show a B-roll of him just talking about it, and that was kind of like all he talked about. So
Yeah.
he kind of, I get that. Like, you're trying to fit into a group, so you just say stuff that the group will think is funny or whatever. That made sense to me.
Yeah. Oh, I want to mention real quick, just because I just remember, just going back to Ciara, I love how Kyle cries for Ciara all the time.
Okay, me too. But there's never a tear. He just like wipes his eye, and I was like,
There's almost tears. He doesn't let them fall.
that's fine. I was just like, I know he did it last year, right? And so knowing Kyle, I was like, is he just doing that because he knows we eat it up?
You know what?
Because he was like, And I was like, ain't nothing there, Kyle. Last year, it was like, I think, like more.
He was crying more last year for sure.
This year, he did like a little knuckle, or maybe it was the tip of his, just a little grazing of the eye. I was like, bitch, who cries like that?
That's funny.
So now I'm like, is it real? I mean, whatever. I love Ciara. So like, show Ciara support, solidarity with Ciara with fake tears. That's okay, I guess. But I was like, is it real?
That's
because they mention it later. He was like, Ciara, you made me emotional. She's like, you always cry when I cry.
And man, it's like, he never cries when I cry.
Which is so true. It's fucked up.
He doesn't.
Your wife is sad and you're just like, I want to be a DJ.
Well, they mention he makes her cry.
Yes.
So that's why.
So that's also why I'm like, are your tears for Ciara real?
I think...
Because that makes no sense.
You know, I just think he has a love for Ciara. And I don't want to say he tolerates Amanda, but I feel like they tolerate each other, to be fair.
I mean, I kind of get it. They're married, so there's a lot of layers there, and it hasn't been the smoothest ride for them. So I get it.
I do love, though, how Ciara's crying and Lexi's like, that was really brave of you, Ciara. And Ciara's like, thanks.
Thanks. Brave of me, bitch. Keep my name out your mouth.
She's like, bitch, I got something for you.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
Not keep my wife's name. But yes. So, okay, back to Imrul.
You know that's Will Smith, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I know.
I just wanted to make sure.
I'm aware.
Yes. So Imrul, I feel like pigeonholed himself, but him doing it in a way of like trying to fit in, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the cast is not serious at all because like the whole time he's talking, they're just like joking and laughing.
They're not really taking it like too... Yeah.
And then they feel bad very shortly after because Andy is like, what did your parents think? And he's like, well, my parents didn't really see it. They're in Pakistan, but a brother or a sister?
Yes.
He was,
it was like his
birthday.
nephew, and so it was his brother, and then his sister-in-law was like, do we want to invite Orgy Beast to the party?
Yeah.
And then so they didn't invite him.
Yeah.
And that was sad.
That was sad. So then everybody's immediately like, like y'all went from laughing and like looking.
Yeah, they're like, oh wait, this is serious.
Oh, and that made me feel sad for him.
Same.
I was like, dang, because Gabby looked like, oh man, and so did Ciara and Paige. Like, oh, that's not cool. I agreed that that's not cool. It kind of reminds me of when there was that rumor that Kenya slept with Apollo, and then she told everybody that her nieces were like, why would you do that, auntie? Like, you know, just to show like, I mean, they're real people, so it's going to affect their real lives.
Right. People don't often think about the repercussions of saying something on TV.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't think Wes meant anything bad by calling him Orgy Beast. He was just like stupid and giving like a funny nickname.
Right. Among adults.
Yeah.
That's one thing, but I guess the family members were really religious. So, which was sad for him. But then Lexi chimes in.
She does, and she says, she's like, you know, obviously there's more to you, and like we could have asked you more, but it was also hard seeing the girls and all that. But also, you know, obviously there's more to you.
And I felt like she was talking about herself and not Imrul. Because she was like, we could have spent more time, Imrul, asking you questions and getting to know you. We should have tried harder,
There's
Imrul.
some other people on this couch that we also could have tried harder with.
I was like, are you saying that for Imrul or are you saying that for yourself? Is it just me or did you get that?
I didn't at first, but I like this angle.
I was like, wait.
She's like, there's someone else and they might have a 2 blonde money piece.
Because like, yeah, I don't know. It just didn't feel like... maybe she's empathizing with the fact that she also felt pigeonholed and like we should have done more, Imrul. And Imrul was like, I guess. Imrul didn't care about what she had to say.
He didn't. He kind of seemed disinterested. It was kind of like, and I like Imrul, but I'm kind of like, he's not the most dynamic like person.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but it's also like, I don't know if you should be on TV, but like you seem cool.
Yeah.
I guess, but...
We didn't see enough of him, I think.
Yeah. But then we start to get to Toegate.
Yes.
And basically,
Imrul is our key witness.
yes. And he does say it was just the toe.
Yes.
So I don't think he would lie.
I don't think so.
So like, but they're basically, Andy's just questioning Jesse, trying to get a play-by-play, like what happened, like why would you go in the room anyways?
Yeah.
And he's like, I was just singing. Yeah.
And the girls were happy to see it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my gosh.
He's despicable.
Like, you have no decorum. Like, not that
No.
girls were happy to see you. And then Andy highlights that they're all naked. And I'm like, this is weird, though.
Yeah.
Was he drunk? Like,
I don't
to just walk into a room with 3 naked people and stay for...
Right, 37 minutes. Even
a
though he
long
said
time.
36 and Andy was like 37. He was like, I was leaving a minute for the toe. And it was just like, why would you leave it? It's the amount of time you were in there. Like, what do you say? Shut up.
And why would you say that? Lexi is here. Like, you have no regard for what your words might be doing to her right now.
And this is what I did feel bad for Lexi
I felt very
in this
bad.
moment. Because everyone except for
joking.
Gabby is laughing and joking about all this and the toe thing. And Lexi's just there like... And
Jesse is telling jokes and people are laughing at the jokes. And even Andy is asking some questions that's like funny too.
yeah, it's kind of just the whole ridiculousness of the situation,
Yes.
but it's still tough on Lexi.
Yes.
So, because then Andy points out, we're all laughing, but Lexi is not happy. And she's like, no, I'm not.
Yeah.
And they're like, ooh.
Because I felt like this was, when I saw it happening, I was like, all right, so now the internet's going to be like, you guys were never girls, you're laughing at the jokes. But it's just like,
And
I mean,
not
it's
everyone, but...
It's not a great moment to laugh, but...
right, a lot of Twitter. Although, I'm like, one of the main people laughing was Lindsay, but no one's really coming at her. And Lindsay's actually friends with Lexi.
Oh, yeah.
So let's clock that.
That's valid for your friends on the couch to also be,
Yeah.
because Gabby wasn't really, but I was like, I feel bad for her.
Yeah, and I did agree with Lexi because Lexi was like, oh, everything Jesse says is a joke. Like, boys will be boys. And it's just like, I do agree with that. It's kind of just like...
Yeah, because the moment where he was like, oh, I'm whatever.
Oh, yeah.
They were like, so were you turned on by it? Were you not? And he was like, no, that was a joke. Like, it was like the punchline of a joke. And I was like, this is the first thing you're describing as a joke that I actually think could possibly be a joke.
I agree, because even hearing the audio, it sounded like a joke.
Right.
So I was like, okay, that's a
Right.
joke. But since you say that about everything you say,
Yes.
I don't care.
But I still agree with Lexi because that is what you say about everything. Oh, it's
Yeah.
a joke, so it's fine. It's a joke, so it's fine. I was like, clock it, Lexi.
Right. And so I did feel bad for Lexi in that moment. They then kind of pivot to the Ciara of it all. And they show everything. And they ask Lexi, like, oh, like, do you still only find Jesse at fault? Because her whole thing was just like, had I seen that, I would have been like, oh, something's happening. Like, this is like bad.
Yeah.
And her whole thing is like, it did hurt me watching back seeing Amanda and Paige say they wish that Jesse and Ciara would get together. And Paige is like, I never said that. And it's like, well, Amanda did. And it's like, well, you said Amanda and Paige.
Get your story together. But yes, Amanda did say it.
But even cutting to the flashback of Amanda saying it, I'm kind of like, she wasn't saying it seriously.
And that's what she said. She was like, I mean, it was kind of playful.
Yeah.
She was like laughing and stuff.
Right.
So that's what you heard about?
Of all the things. And then I think this is why, because Paige seemed to get annoyed. I felt like because she's over, because the narrative we talked about them being mean girls, not girls. And she's just like, look, bitch, no. We literally told you, do not be with this man.
We did.
And then I think some people were misinterpreting what she said, because she goes, it would have been a different story had he done it in front of your face, but he did it behind your back, and we told you not to be with him.
Yeah.
Someone on Twitter was like,
Oh, so she's saying it's okay. It would have been okay had he done it like in front of her.
and it's like, I don't think that's what she's saying. I think she's saying she would have seen it, could have seen for herself, like, how she felt. It could have been addressed, but it was behind your back. And when you ask, Ciara was honest with you. They all were. And they told you, do not be with
date
him. And it's kind of just like, for someone they don't know, they were having your back.
They were. And I think that was that night, Jesse said some fluffy stuff and they were fine afterwards.
Yeah.
They were fine the next morning. And it's like, okay, Lexi, this is not...
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like the things that she points out that she's upset about could be different. I think there's more there.
Right. And
Like-
go
ahead.
I'll defend her a little, not against the girls, against kind of the internet, because there's a lot of the internet being like, she's stupid because she knew about Jesse and still was with him and da-da-da-da, and it was just a 6-week thing. Yeah, we made fun of how it was short, but he still did her dirty. Like,
Yeah.
And, we've all been there where it's like, maybe you give someone a chance that you shouldn't. So, like, I don't think we should be that hard on her about that. Now, the
Yeah.
breaking up twice thing was a little weird, and we've talked about that, but we're not at that part yet. We're at the part before that.
Right.
So, I was just kind of like, and also, it doesn't help that she does every fucking interview. Like, she did another podcast.
Oh, really?
And I saw a clip, and they're like, she's saying the same shit. And I'm just like, and now she's saying that at the reunion. I'm just like, oh, okay, well, now we've heard this.
Oh, boy.
Because you've said it like 8 times.
Yeah, so Lexi's calculated. We've talked about that before. It seems like that now.
Yeah.
But before this, the first question went to Ciara. Like, Ciara, do you take Jesse seriously when he's doing these things? And she's like, no, it's always been playful. That's just kind of our dynamic. We've done worse. We kissed once. And I was like, kiss?
And then they flash back to the season before.
I feel like the dancing at the party was more intimate than this
Same.
peck.
I guess I could see what she's saying as far as
On
like
the scale of
a
activity.
kiss as opposed to dancing,
Yeah.
but it did look more because the kiss was such like it was like nothing.
No, because everybody explains it away. It's like, no, it was a peck. No, somebody said kiss and make up, and then they kissed and make
Yeah.
up. Like, they immediately like explain it because Lexi looked upset.
Yeah. I will say though, I get annoyed at some people, Queens of Bravo, who want to be like, oh, Ciara chooses to deflect and not take ownership of her part in flirting with Jesse and instead flip it to Lexi's press and make an issue with her. I'm like, first of all, I am so sorry. Ciara, what the fuck did people want Ciara to do?
Yeah.
When Jesse literally, and look, I can say too, for Ciara, I want her to be like, Jesse, get away from me. But given the fact that that's their relationship,
Yeah.
him and Lexi aren't officially together, he's doing it. She's probably not thinking it's anything like out of the ordinary or
Right.
crazy. And also, in all the clips, he fell on her when she's on the pool floaty.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck was she? She literally is not even engaging with him. And it was just like, you're so like nutty or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the other thing, him dancing behind her. Go to the clip where he's dancing behind her. She's looking shocked when he approaches her and everything. And then they don't show anything else.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, or I think they show them dancing a little, but the initial one they didn't really show.
Yeah.
And then the other, them talking. Literally when she's saying like, oh, don't let Wes tell you not to shoot your shot. And then he goes, oh, well, you're saying like, I still have a chance or something. She's like, no, you're with Lexi.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I get it. Like, people, I think, wanted her to, like, fucking body slam him and, like, punch him. But
No.
it's her friend. And, like, they didn't, like, she didn't cross the line with him. And it was him. So, like, and also she didn't know Lexi. So, I'm sorry. The
Yeah.
fact that she told Lexi the next weekend when asked, like, I
Yeah.
think that was her, like, showed that she was kind of, like, not
Yeah.
trying to do anything, really.
No, I mean, it would be different if Ciara came in on the same season as Lexi and they were both new girls and he's flirting with two
Yeah.
girls. They've been friends for over a year and had a really close dynamic, especially last summer because he was dating or she was dating his friend.
Yeah.
So like they have a friendship. Yes, it's flirtatious, but that's just their dynamic.
Yeah.
And that's what she said. So yeah.
It's just like, and also I think it would be one thing if Lexi told her, hey, it kind of bothered me how you were acting. But she didn't. She
Yeah.
always just says it's Jesse, but then kind of underlying jabs
At Ciara.
at Ciara, which Ciara calls out
Mm-hmm.
because they bring up when Jesse was like, don't touch me, Ciara, at
Yeah.
the cancer event. And Ciara was just like, I was annoyed because literally, like, I'm touching your arm and Lexi's there.
Yeah.
And you're trying to make a joke when it's not a joke. She is uncomfortable. And had you just told me, like, we could have, like, not done anything.
Mm-hmm.
And then Lexi was like, yeah, like, I never said that she shouldn't touch you or anything like that. Like, he was trying to pin us against each other. And Ciara was like, we couldn't tell in the moment, but also like you're not doing much better like going on your press tour trying to come at people, especially me. And she's like, no, I'm coming for Jesse. And she's like, no, you're coming for me because you're trying to say we like ditched your birthday party. So like,
And she's like, when is your birthday?
she's like, I sent it.
You sent one text, you want Ciara to remember your birthday for life?
Right. Also, it cuts to the interview where she says it, and she's like, well, you know, there were certain people who didn't go to my birthday and hung out instead. But when we get the story, and she's like, he posted a picture on the 22nd, and she's like, when the fuck was your birthday? And she's like, so my birthday's the 22nd. And
The party was the 21st.
the party was the 21st. And then he posted on his story on the 22nd.
The next day? So him...
This is even worse.
It is. It is, because I thought it would at least be the same day, Lexi. It was the next day.
Right. We thought at least, it was the day of. Despite we still were like, we don't think they ditched to hang out.
Girl, bye.
At least it would have been the same day. It was
Miss
the
me with
next
all of
day?
this. It's so stupid. So they had brunch the day after your birthday, which means they intentionally didn't attend your birthday party. Girl, what? Also, you're not, and then so Jesse defends himself, and this is like maybe the only time I agree with Jesse. He's like, I wasn't on good terms with you. I wasn't gonna go to your birthday party.
Yeah. Right. And it was kind of like, and she was like, well, it wasn't even for you. It was for Ciara. And she's
So
like,
that's not right either. Pick a story, bitch. Which one is it?
Yeah.
They didn't go and they intentionally missed their birthday, or the birthday party wasn't for him anyway.
Right.
But she's like, but I did tell you, Ciara. And Ciara's like, well, you said you don't trust me, so why would I go to your birthday?
Jesse said I shouldn't trust you. And she's like, but you said you didn't trust me. So why? Because again, this was like 2 weeks after that. So it's like, why would I then go to your birthday? And also you're trying to paint a narrative that we're posting pictures to be manipulative and make you feel a certain type of way.
Yeah.
And like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, like
I
you're
love how
implying.
Ciara deadpan is just like, what the fuck is that?
She did. And she's right. And she's like, you're implying that something else was going on.
Yeah.
And it's like, that was further from the truth, girl.
Right. As Ciara said, if she wanted to sleep with Jesse, she would have done it before the summer to spite Wes.
Right.
But she didn't want to.
She doesn't want him.
Like, so it is what it is. Like, Lexi, you try to make something seem like something.
She did. And go ahead.
I was just saying you're getting caught.
Yeah, because here you can't even stand on the story. Because when they're challenging you on what you said in the interview, you switch it. Oh, it's not for Jesse, but I did invite Ciara. And Ciara's like, but why would I go? And she's like, no, but I didn't say that. It's like, your story is unraveling because you built it all on a bunch of like half truths.
Yeah. Which makes me question things.
Yeah, girl, like why would you?
Not everything, but some things.
In the interview, the guy asks her, do you feel like they're like rubbing it in your face? They've been spending a lot of time together. So maybe she felt like she should just run with it.
Yeah.
But that's crazy. Like, Ciara doesn't want Jesse.
No. And like, she can do so much better. And I think she knows that. Like, y'all, anyways.
No, when I
So-
even saw the clip of Lexi talking, I was like, Ciara and Jesse? I was surprised. I was like, how could things transpire to a way that they would be together?
Yeah.
Like, that's a big...
Also, I found out that apparently Gabby was only there for 5 minutes because she had to go to Paris. I love Gabby. I need to know more about Gabby.
I know,
But
right?
and I think even Imrul might have not been there. It might have been Carl and Bailey.
I wanted to know. I want Andy to ask, so who went to her birthday?
That would have been. I would have felt a little bad. It was just like, raise your hand if you went to Lexi's birthday.
Because it seems like nobody went. And she was like, I didn't want to change the group chat to not include you.
I'm like, that would have been easy, but okay.
I don't know. That whole thing is just so bizarre to me. But I was like, not you posting the day after means you conspired to not go to her birthday party.
It did, though. To her.
So, Brandon, if I have a birthday party, you're not allowed to do anything that week except attend my birthday. And if you do anything that week, that means that you're not my friend. You're not my true friend. And you don't really care about me.
And I guess we're not friends.
He's like, I'm never going.
I'm not going
No, but that's such
anymore.
a stretch. That's such a stretch.
No, it is. It's like it's really like just a lot of little white lies.
Yes.
And
just
like
pinned together.
I love that Ciara won't push like hold back. She's just like, no, like you're acting like this, and it's like I'm not purposely ditching your birthday to hang out with Jesse. And Jesse's like, yeah, if it was it the day of your birthday, like I wouldn't have done that like on purpose. Like sorry if it was.
When is your birthday, girl? I told you once. It's in a text. Look up your text. Look at your texts. You
I don't know if you know this, but Ciara
messages?
turns her phones off for weeks at a time. So she could have missed it.
That part. And I even actually thought that her saying like Jesse is pitting people against each other, I would have liked to hear them talk about that. But there were other things that really took precedence, because
There was.
it doesn't matter if we're pitting each other. He's pitting us against each other because you're doing that too.
Yeah.
So she did it on her interview. You watched it?
No, I just saw a clip because it was this podcast I really don't like because I don't like the people in it. They're like annoying and problematic.
No views for you.
No views for me, but I saw a TikTok and it was basically just her saying the same thing.
Saying the birthday party thing?
No, just like about the whole like, oh, like Jesse, like I don't even know. Just like he tried to like pin people against and like all this. And I was just like, I barely listened. I was like, I can't do this again.
Yeah.
You're saying the same things and I'm just over it. But that was pretty much the first part of the reunion, I think, right?
Yeah, that was essentially it. Lexi's trying to spin a story, several stories.
A lot of got a web of lies. But we'll see. I hope again that part 2 is extended because I feel like we have more to talk about.
Yeah, because they mentioned Lindsay and her man. We go back to Paige to talk about Craig, and then did I say that right?
Paige to talk about, yeah.
For some reason, it didn't sound right. They both have names with G's.
They do.
I think there's the same. Anyway, and I think maybe more of Lexi and Jesse, and that was all we saw in the preview.
Yeah, and then I think we'll get the Amanda, Kyle, Lindsay, Carl looks like he was gonna cry at some point.
Oh, because he
We'll
said
see.
he really actually missed Lindsay.
Yeah.
I was like, when? Because all summer you're like, nah, she's full of it. She's full of it.
crazy.
Which is, I mean, valid. Like, Carl, stand up for yourself. But I didn't expect him to get emotional.
No, same. But yeah, so who was your favorite reunion look?
Let's
and your
look at
least
it.
favorite?
Let's look at it again.
We don't always have to include the guys because honestly, they all low-key look the same.
Yeah, and I feel like for men, it's so easy to get dressed.
Yeah.
Like, Brandon, do you stress out about what you're going to wear and what you need to put on?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
But it just depends.
Yeah.
Like, where are we going? What are we doing? Do I feel bad that day? You know?
I saw somebody say on a video I was watching, like, but women, they're just like used to putting on makeup and it's fine and it's like quick and easy. Bitch, when? Oh my gosh. Like, it's the bane of my existence.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes, like, I'm gonna go to brunch, but we have to dress to the nines. Like, I just wanted to eat breakfast with my friends.
Oh my God.
Okay, here are the people.
All right.
So just the women?
I mean, you could say if you like the men's, but I just feel like they look like.
Let's just go one by one.
Okay.
Is this everybody? This
Yeah.
is what you sent me. Okay.
Yes.
So Paige.
I like Paige. It was cool. My only thing, I like the color of it. My only thing is the material's kind of that weird material that like shifts a lot. So I think it's hard to sit down, but overall I liked it.
Is this a belt?
It's some like different design she did. Apparently it was like a custom dress. I thought it looked cool,
Okay.
but you know, she's
Yeah.
a little hip.
I like the color.
The color's good. It's like a green.
No, she looks nice. But see, it is gray. Or is it might be green, Brandon. Oh, hold on. Let
gray-green.
me turn my brightness up. We're looking at West's suit. I also felt like they put him in glasses to make him look more innocent.
Probably, yeah. So he could look like, oh yes, I've really thought about everything I did.
I'm an intellectual wise man.
I'm wise beyond my years.
He's like, I took notes. They say talk.
That was funny.
Lexi.
Lexi's was what I would think it was gonna be, which is I like the color. It's blue.
She looks weird standing here, but I did like the dress.
Yeah, it's an interesting pose, but not bad. Amanda's I wanted to like more than I actually did like. I just felt like it looked like too much fabric.
Yeah.
And like it's missing something.
Yeah.
But I think she looks cool.
This is tough for these reunion looks because it's like you got to wear something that looks nice sitting down, but also looks nice standing up. And then they always try to. I feel like for all of the reunions, the women really try to like make a statement with their and try to wear something unique and like new as well. Mm-hmm. So maybe the fashion is above me, but not above you, but above me, Brandon, because I don't follow shit.
Lindsay, I loved.
Whose hand is that? Oh, is that her hand?
Yeah.
It doesn't look. What's that?
What do you mean?
It doesn't look a part of her body.
Which hand?
This one.
It's because her arm's like this.
Oh. Brandon, you can't tell me that hand doesn't look photoshopped.
It doesn't. Look at her arm. It's behind her.
Okay. All right. She looks.
I loved it. I think the hair looks good. I think the top looks cool. I think it's just a 10 out of 10.
Look, these women who give birth and come back looking snatched. Lindsay, you ate.
Period.
Woo woo. Ciara.
Ciara looks good. I liked her. See, the picture, I don't even think does it justice. I thought it looked better like in the episode.
Yeah, it did. It looked really nice sitting down.
It did. Although this reunion, the lighting was awful.
You thought so?
I felt a lot of them looked like they were in the shadows.
Really?
Like, what are we doing? But
I didn't think it didn't look dark to me, but
it was interesting.
I love arm jewelry.
Same.
I need to get some arm jewelry.
You should.
I think it looks really nice on her, and like certain people, if your arms are nice.
Oh yeah. You have great arms, Maggie.
Thanks, Brandon.
Gabby's.
See, they are different sizes.
They are. Overall, I like it. Like, I think she looks good, and I really like her hair and makeup. I just didn't like the material of the dress. It wasn't my favorite.
Yeah.
But I do think she looks good. So.
She does.
She ate.
And everybody's against the pastels, too, in the background.
And then another suit. Yeah, they
basically wore the same thing.
Right, they just wore like blue suits or like a green suit, the guys. So it was kind of just like whatever. I don't know why Jesse wore a black shirt, but okay.
It's not pastel. Oh, maybe to match his shoes. I didn't like Kyle's shoes.
What was his shoes? Oh gosh, like, why is he wearing Toms?
And they look like green.
Yeah, they're not ill. No.
I don't even know what color that is.
Kyle, don't.
Yeah. And then let's look at Andy. I think he's in the middle.
Oh, yeah.
What is Andy? I thought Andy would go with the theme too. He's low-key ruining it.
Yeah, with that dark green suit. Yeah, the material was interesting on it too.
Yeah, it looks suede, right?
I think it was like almost like a cable knit waffle.
What is that? See, that's why I say the fashion is above me. What language are you speaking?
Like, you know, like those comforters where it's kind of like a waffle knit.
Oh, like this?
No. Look up
like this?
No. Google like waffle knit.
What?
A waffle.
Is that the name of it, Brandon?
I'm pretty sure.
I'm learning things.
Waffle knit blanket. Like kind of like this.
Oh.
Like a little that, but sometimes it can be like little squares. Like almost like this, I feel like is a better one of what his was.
Who are you? A cable knit waffle.
I don't know why I said cable. I think I was thinking more sweaters there.
I don't know how you see that in this picture.
Well,
but
it's hard because I think the pictures have a lot of brightness.
I believe you, Brandon.
Thank you.
I believe you. I just didn't like the color.
I will say overall, I thought everyone looked good cohesively.
Yeah, except for Andy in the middle messing it up.
Aside from Andy, everyone looked good. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that was it for part 1. Should we jump to Love Island real quick?
Love Island.
Want to pull up the video I sent you?
Sure. Where, on Instagram or TikTok?
Yes.
Oh, I see it.
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna watch. We're gonna watch the intro video.
Yes.
And give our initial thoughts.
We're gonna get the names of the people.
Okay.
And then they say a quick few things about themselves.
All right, so we'll just do first impressions.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm such a communication nerd. I've always been a more emotional type of guy. Like, so I really don't care if I cry in front of you. We're the great guy scale. I'm really like 3/4 straight guy most of the time. I
big on zodiac signs. No, I'm not gonna judge you based off your zodiac. Okay, I am, but not like fully gonna judge you. I'm Haitian. I do speak a little bit of Creole. Ça passe. Hey. I was in a 9-year relationship. He left me. I'm glad he broke my heart because look at me here. I want my man to nurture me. I'm your baby. I am a baby. I'm 14.
I'm a short king. I ain't got no problem talking to tall ladies, but I'm not being no damn little boy. Dancing brings me joy. I got my rhythm from my mom, my pops. He got 2 left feet. Who called the pool man? I love making people laugh. I look damn good while cleaning a pool. I got a pretty decent bulge, but that's because I stuff it. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh gosh.
Aloha! My family and I, we own a coffee shop. I'm in the back with flour all over my face, baking pastries. I love working at the coffee shop. You make everybody's day better by handing them coffee all day. It's amazing.
Howdy, I'm a cowboy. I was on a horse before I could walk. You're not being dangerous and you're not living life. My type of girl, good personality, a city girl be cool. Big booty for sure, big booty.
For work, I am a first-generation college student. College football is my life. My touchdown dance. I'm just touchdown.
I'm down for anything.
What?
Whether it be skydiving, motorcycling, huge into extreme sports. When I see a new experience, like I have to try it.
I'm looking for somebody who's my lifelong partner. I don't want a guy who's at the club texting a million different girls. I'm tired of going on stupid dates. Love Island. Find me a man.
I'm ready for the summer of my life.
We're in Fiji. Love Island. I'm coming. Wait, maybe not those words. Wait, what?
Love Island USA. New season. Streaming.
Wow.
They look interesting
They
or seem
do.
interesting.
They do. I was surprised. Well, not surprised, but I don't often see Haitian women on TV shows, so it was cool to see a
yeah.
Haitian girl.
That was I liked her. She seemed good.
Yeah.
Shelly, I think is her name.
Oh, do they have a?
I sent a link. Or do they have the bios there? No, I sent a link to the article that has their names and pictures.
Okay. Oh yeah, it does have the girls.
Okay. So
Let's see.
Let me pull up their Instagram as well so we can see the same thing.
Her name was Shelly.
I think it's Shelly. It's Chelly.
Yeah.
So she seemed good.
She
seems
did.
she's into zodiac. She's Haitian. She seemed fun. I liked her. I liked her vibe.
For context, I'm Haitian as well.
Again, though, we didn't really learn much about a lot of these people.
So, okay, so my qualm with this is like somebody says something about who they're interested in and then someone is like, I love football. Like that's,
Yeah, that was weird.
it's not, they didn't all get the same prompt. So like some
No.
people were kind of learning about, but others it's just like random things.
Yeah.
Like what did that one girl say? I make coffee and I make people happy.
Oh, Bella, spelled BELLE-A. Mm-hmm. She seemed fun.
Yeah, she was just talking about the coffee.
Yeah, you know, there was Ulissa who she was saying she got her heart broken, but she's glad and she's excited to be there.
Yeah.
And she said she's like 4'10". I hated the dress she wore and her bathing suit. But
Huda, I think is what she said.
Huda seemed nice.
She did.
I liked her vibe. She seemed cool. Alondria's the football one.
Yes.
She looks beautiful and she seems like she'd be fun. But again, we just learned like football.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
So 5 girls and 5 guys to start. All right, the guys had a lot more to say. I don't remember Nicholas.
He was the one at the end where I think he was just saying he tries things.
Oh, okay.
I think something like that. Taylor's
the cowboy.
I'm a cowboy. The way he nonchalant said that killed me. I'm like, what? But then, I mean, he seemed fun. He seemed different.
Another country boy. I was like, all right.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not going to say you're like Rob, but
Did he say big old booty, big old booty?
I don't remember who said that, but somebody did.
Somebody said that and I'm just forgetting.
Yeah.
But there was Ace, who's the short king and dances with 2 left feet. He seemed fun,
Yeah.
I guess.
Well, he was like, my mom gave me this, and then my dad, I don't know.
Yeah. My aunt. And I was just like, wait, what are we talking about?
This is too much. I need a transcript of what they said.
Someone call the pool boy. Austin.
Austin was the one who talking about his bulge, right?
Yes. What are these tattoos?
It's a girl drinking coffee.
Is that a baby angel with a machine gun?
Yes,
gosh.
and then mom.
Austin.
The mom one looks like somebody did it in the back of their garage.
I hate everything about this. Wow. Okay.
He's like, what did he say about his bulge? Oh, I have a big bulge because I stuff it.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Just kidding. Jeremiah, he had a good energy, but then when he said he was 3/4 great guy, I was like, okay.
Might not fully a great guy.
He says he'll cry though. Because he's sensitive.
We love a sensitive.
So is he going to be like Rob?
Can we look at the comments? This is funny on the guy who says,
God.
Let's hope the bombshells are better. Why are the women always baddies and the men are just, I didn't get that.
I mean, I think the men look good. They just
cute.
seem a little corny.
Yeah, from what they said. I mean, the girls are baddies, though.
Austin's stomach tattoo, question mark. Trumpy Austin has to go.
Oh, did they already do a deep dive on him?
Oh, God, probably.
The girls are way out of these boys' leagues.
Nevertheless, I'll be sad.
Cordell look-alike, and then it's just a black man with twist.
Not everyone's saying they're going to vote Austin off first. They must have found something.
Yeah.
That was a little sneak peek at the people.
Yeah.
I'm excited to meet them and see what's happening. So
Yeah, I'm excited. It's going to be fun. Last season, we had so much fun with this show.
we did. So I'm excited to jump back in it and have this be our whole lives for the next couple months.
Yeah, we're diving in deep. If you didn't hear last week,
Oh, yes.
we are starting a Patreon.
We are. And looky, it's officially, you could search it.
Yeah.
The shade of it all.
We started a Patreon.
Yeah.
And so we're going to be going
My
live.
foot's asleep.
Oh,
My
no.
gosh.
I hate when that happens.
I
The
just sat
feeling
on it.
sucks.
But
So we'll be
anyways.
going live every Friday to watch the show with y'all.
Yes.
And then we can talk to you during it. We'll give our live reactions. We're gonna recreate the island here, have a
Yes.
drink or two, and watch it together.
It's going to be so much fun. And it's only for $3, y'all.
Only $3 a month.
So.
And that just goes back to supporting our platform. And Patreon lets you do more things. So we're going to
do.
experiment too with other things that we could do there.
Right, because we're starting with the live streams, but we definitely want to do like more at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And like maybe the live streams can work to another show, and then we do even more things and more episodes and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, y'all. I think it's a pretty good deal. It's a steal for $3.
And we're starting next Friday.
Yeah, I'll link it in the YouTube video. So the link's there. You can just search the shade of it all. I tested it out and we do pop up if you search the shade of it all. So that's good. We have one video there just kind of explaining everything that anyone can view. It's public. And yeah, so my only thing is like I guess you should wait until June.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't want y'all to like do it unless y'all want to give us $3.
Yeah,
But-
do it when it's worth it. I would say
Yeah.
you could subscribe you could become a patron on June 6th because that's the day we're
Yeah.
going to kick it off.
Or like just June 1st because it's going to charge you for the month anyways.
But is it like the calendar month, 30
Yeah.
days? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
It's the calendar month. So if you sign up for June, it'll charge you for June.
I
like
see.
no matter when you sign up. That's why you shouldn't sign up now, because if it would to charge you like I think for May,
for May,
you wouldn't
see.
want to like because there's nothing like
Okay.
you'll just be so
But we're going to go live when this show drops at 9:00 Eastern, but it's the same whatever time zone. So
Yes.
that's 8 p.m. Central,
and then
6 what's that one? Pacific?
Pacific, yes.
Same time, just join us. We'll be live at that time.
Yes, it's going to be so much fun. We're so excited to start the Patreon and
I'm
to
so
do
excited.
that. It's going to be another element that's just fun.
We made a cute little intro video. Watch it.
We did.
Comment on it.
Watch it. Show us love, y'all.
Yes.
Thank y'all so much for listening.
Thank you.
Make sure to rate and review us on Apple Podcasts
Yes.
and Spotify. Leave a review. We love to shout those out. On Spotify, you can leave comments on the episodes, which is nice. And then also, if you want to see our beautiful faces instead of just listening to our beautiful voices, hello, subscribe to our YouTube channel at The Shade of It All Podcast. You can follow us on TikTok at The Shade of It All Podcast, Instagram at The Shade of It All Pod, and like we just mentioned, Patreon at The Shade of It All. Bye!